Hello everyone, my name is Julian. I'm here to do an album review. This time is Powerman 5000. Uh, the album Builders of the Future came out May 27th, 2014, this week, okay? It comes with 12 tracks and is 35 minutes long, which is a pretty good length for a genre, a band like this. Okay, everyone knows that I prefer like 50 to 60 minute long albums, depending on what genre you are. So for Powerman 5000, I feel like he falls into the metal anthem kind of genre or subgenre, whatever you want to call it, where it's just repetitive music that you can learn real quick, you can jump around and dance to. When I listen to Powerman, I think of me being in a club, fucking snorting a line or something. I don't actually do drugs, but that's what I imagine. I like to get into a world when I listen to an album, and that's what I feel like. I feel like bright lights, red and green, fucking going. You're at a club, and it's an interesting feeling that I get when I listen to bands like Powerman or Rob Zombie or Marilyn Manson. And I want to just start off with history between me and Powerman. I've only heard Worlds Collide. I haven't heard anything else put out by him. And so that puts me in a difficult position. I have no right to review this artist. But I'll attempt to give you my honest opinion on a first-time listener, review kind of deal, If you're just now getting into Powerman or, you like the genre and this is kind of like your first time, this is as good as it's going to get. So in no way am I bashing on Powerman, and I'm going to give 2 scores at the end of this video, okay? Let's start out with the first track. I felt it's kind of short. It fell short. It was supposed to pump me up and get ready for a great album, but what it did was piss me off, and it got very annoying. Every time I listened to it, it got a little bit better, but still, it never really hit that high spot that first track is supposed to do. It wasn't anything instrumental. It was just a straight up anthem ready to go. That track could have been in the middle or at the end. Who knows? Who cares, right? But good thing that the next 2 tracks are really good. How to Be Human and We Want It All are great tracks. Obviously, I said it in the wrong order, but they're great tracks. They remind me of When Worlds Collide, and the more I listened to them, the better they got. The more I danced, the more I bobbed my head. Everything just kind of like got better at that point. The sad thing is that after the song, You're Gonna Love It, everything starts falling downhill. And then you get this awkward ass break. And I'm sure if you've heard the album, you know what I'm talking about. The song I Want to Kill You is completely wrong, and it does not need to be there because it's a break, it's a slow track, but it's so out of the world. I was closing my eyes, I was listening to the album, and whenever I hit that track, it just throws me out. It ruins it. I know by the end of the track, it starts putting industrial music in there, and it starts to become more like Powerman, but overall, that track could have been left out. And you would have had other slow tracks to give you that break. The title track of this album was pretty bad, and everything that I don't talk about just falls under normal, and not because they're bad. I'm pretty sure if each song was put as a single by itself, played in a club, played in a concert, they would do great because they are just fun songs. But when you're listening to it as a whole, you start to see this roadmap, I guess you could say. I know how you're gonna start. I know the build-up. I know the chorus. I know how it's going to end. And that just makes it repetitive. And it takes away from the experience. You can tell each song apart, yes, but the fact that they all follow the same roadmap kind of ruins it a little bit. It takes away from the next track. It kind of steals its thunder, And I think the structure of this album could have been better. The last track could have also been in the middle. First, it doesn't feel like a last track, and it also brings the album up after the previous track, which is bringing it down. So it's weird because when I finished listening to this album, I was expecting another song, and it never came. And so the structure could have been better. That middle track was completely out of place, and the beginning track was just weak. The album could have been something, but instead, fell short. And the latter half was just like the killing blow. The track Live It Up Before You're Dead almost became good, but, fell short for one reason or the other. I can't really pinpoint why it fell short. But it did, and it could have saved the ending of the album, the latter half, but it didn't. So the latter half just kind of goes off, and for me, just leaves me with, oh, this was a good listen. I don't think I'll do it again. Um, Maybe pop one or two tracks in my heavy metal playlist, and just bob my head whenever they come on. But I will never search for this. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10, guys. But I feel like fans of Powerman could give it a 7. I feel like it falls between the 6 to 7 range. I don't know if there's any 8s out there, but if there are, please let me know. So this has been a first time listeners review. This is me getting into new bands, me getting into new genres. I'm going to try to give an honest opinion. And, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned.